I didn't even put the green screen up. How are we there, guys? How are we, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Smashing Crossbar Podcast. I'm your host, Josh, joined by Ben as always. Mate, fucking hell, I'm sweating bullets right now. Holy cow.
Not only are you sweating bullets, but I can see the wall behind you.
It's clean, isn't it?
Yeah, all the stuff's off it.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of packing, mate. Slowly.
I was about to say packing's obviously started.
Yeah, mate, yeah. If you there's a heap of bags behind me here, so they're here somewhere, so full of clothes and shit, so all full of
I
scarves.
figured I'd go off the cuff today and not wear a football shirt.
Hey, why not?
Instead, I'm wearing a shirt with my logo on it.
Look at you go. Look at you go. Well, not even we've got a shirt with the logo on it yet. Might not need to change that.
This is a special one-off.
Nah.
It was a tester for something. It was a tester for GPU because it's got GPU's logo on the back.
Yeah. Very
which
good.
is now in its fucking 5th revision and we don't even use that logo anymore. But anyway.
She is. Welcome to everyone, anyone who's jumped on. Matty's here. What up, Matty? How are you, buddy? Get into the wines, mate. Settle back. We're gonna jump in.
Creamy soda, mate.
Look at you go. Lukey's here as well.
Too hot for coffee. You know it's warm outside when I'm saying it's too hot for coffee.
Mate, yeah, bloody hell. I freaking cracked myself a cold one myself.
No, I'm cutting back, mate. I'm down to about 4 a day now.
Oh, look at that.
From about 8.
Yeah. What was I going to say? So, yeah, anyway, we're going to jump into it. We're going to talk a bit about the A-League round 3 action. We'll touch on the girls as well. And then we'll talk a bit of EPL and world football as we get into it. So, yeah. How's things anyway, mate? How was your week? Busy?
Shit, wait. You know damn well why. Let's not discuss that here. Although I did get some good news earlier this afternoon, so...
Oh, very good.
Let's not discuss that here either.
Fair enough. Anyway, we're going to start with the women. Girls opened up the round 1 action. Pardon me. What the hell have we got going on here? Freaking, I've just gone to look at me shit, and Western Sydney played themselves. There you go. They were meant to play Wellington Phoenix, I thought, but Wellington Phoenix haven't got their logo in on the women's yet on the Fox Sports. Good to see Fox Sports not giving a shit anymore.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, I found some little hiccups in Paramount over the weekend, but we'll discuss those later.
Oh, yeah, bloody, there was a few in there.
Nowhere near as bad.
The logo issue, I've seen there's plenty of logos.
There was a couple of logo issues, and there was a couple of wrong names.
Yeah, I did see
like,
that.
the best one, I think the best one I saw over the weekend was Melbourne Glory.
Yeah.
The Melbourne Glory.
The Melbourne Glory.
And the Perth Victory.
Beautiful stuff. How good
was good. But yeah, I think all the logo drama, that was very much... I think that was in the FFA Cup draw.
Yeah, I did see that.
Because I'm like, oh, it's Avondale. And I'm like, Avondale don't have a Croatian-inspired logo.
Yeah,
and then I looked one above and it was like...
the Brisbane Queensland Knights.
I think it was Gold Coast or something.
Yeah, Gold Coast, that's it.
And I'm like, that's the exact same logo. I'm like, oh, okay. Look.
They're made of boo-boo.
You know what? If that's the extent of the boo-boos for this week, it's obvious they're learning. They're learning. Didn't have an issue with any streams.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad, to be honest. I didn't think I had too much drama.
The only issue I have now is that when I get halfway through the second game, it pops up on screen, are you still watching?
Oh. There you go.
And it annoys the fuck out of me. What? Yes, I'm still watching.
I had a bit of drama with normal Channel 10. Like I watched the start.
I didn't watch any of them on 10 Play. I was all Paramount this weekend, and I watched a lot of games this week.
Yeah, well,
I think I watched at least a game every night.
I watched the Jets and then on 10 for a while, and then it got to the point where it just started to shit me because they'd sort of score and shit like that, then they'd piss off for an ad. And then they cut the ad halfway through because obviously the action had got back underway in the game and that shit annoyed me. And then
that is why I will watch it on Paramount.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Like, you know, to me I just figured, you know, Channel 10, you watch the whole game, no ads. Like, come
Nah, it's free to air. They've got to do it. They need to pull in some revenue somewhere, and it's a primetime spot on a weekend as well.
Yeah,
so advertising companies pay big dollar for that spot.
And it kept blacking out as well, oddly enough. That was weird as well.
No issues on my end, audio or visual-wise this week.
Yeah, no, just sort of blacked out for about 15, 20 seconds.
Also, good to hear Ben Homer on commentary this weekend.
Yeah, Benny, yeah. Mate,
and Daniel Georgievski again.
Mate, I tell you what, friggin' Andy Harps, mate, he gets around.
Oh, yeah.
He's on more games than bloody friggin' Simon Hill. That's freaking crazy. He's bloody everywhere. So, yeah. Anyway.
I don't like the fact that Daniel Garb's been relegated to Ned's sports bet duty.
I bet you.
That hurts me. He's a decent sideline reporter.
Yeah, I bet you he's excited though. Friggin' he's taking his bloody fantasy football friggin' competitions and everything else to the next level now. Now he's got a bit of friggin' backing from the bloody sports bets, like the betting
from
side.
The Neds. From the Neds.
The Neds. Get on the Neds. He was on the Ned's cooking the other day with Archie. Mate, he's made it.
It's a shame that he's been relegated to that sort of duty when he's actually quite a good sideline reporter.
Yep. So anyway, we'll touch on the girls obviously. Wellington, Western Sydney had a 0-0 draw.
Good for the Knicks women's. I watched that game.
Wellington will take that. First game in the league and everything else, so they're undefeated. Take it, winning. Canberra went down to Melbourne City, 1-0.
Apparently that game was toe-to-toe, end-to-end the entire way through too.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently it was pretty flat.
Canberra have always been a strong side though.
Yeah, very true. What I was going to say, Perth Glory beat Brisbane 2-1. Melbourne Victory smashed Adelaide 5-1. Absolute ripping game there. Plenty of goals in that one.
Victory have always been had a strong women's side.
Yeah. And then the Jets. The Jets went down 3-1. They were dead and buried there probably about 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
They looked pretty rusty and then held on for a draw into half time, which was good. And then
everything fell apart.
Second half just went to shit. Friggin' it was ridiculous. So there was about 3 goals in God knows how many minutes.
There's 3 goals in 11 minutes.
What was it? 52nd minute, 58th minute, and the 69th. All Sydney's goals came in. And
unfortunately, the last goal come from an ex-Jet.
Yes, Vine.
Fucking Courtney Vine.
Good old Viney. Princess Abini was on the sheet. Well, surprisingly, if you look at it, Sydney, all 3 goals came from all 3 front 3 of Sydney FC. So, from a Sydney point of view, it's pretty much what you want. All the girls got on the sheet. Happy days for them.
Yeah.
Alan played well. Scored the goal. Done all the hard work.
Yeah.
And got what she probably deserved, which was pretty good. Bloody Jaber got the Jaber and the red card. Now that'll do me. Like seriously, that was
yeah,
clear red card. I was just like, what are you doing? Thankfully for her, the game was dead and buried by then. But yeah, so it sort of gave us really no hope of getting back into that one, unfortunately.
Nah, but Lukey Boy messaged her as well. She was so pissed off about that red.
Oh, I'm sure she was.
To be fair, he sent me screenshots of it. Tiana's beating herself up over it.
Yeah. I'm sure she. At the end of the day, she's got to be upset about it. She's let a team down. It didn't cost us the game, but definitely, it's not what you want, especially round 1 when you've sort of got everything under control and everything else. What was I going to say? Bloody, the imports look good.
Yeah.
Good old Eddie. Eddie looked really good.
She looked dynamic.
Yeah. And who was the other one? Bloody
Nicholson.
Marcusson?
Yeah, Marcusson.
Yeah, friggin' she looked good for the minutes that she got. 66 minutes she came on, so she looked pretty good and tidy in that. She was very good on the ball. Skillful. Very, very skillful, which is probably something we've been lacking the last couple of seasons, to be honest. So
Since Van Egmond left.
Yeah. Mariners lost to an own goal.
Yeah, I know. It was fucking fantastic. I watched that game too.
We'll touch on that.
Mind you, they had their chances.
Hannah Brewer, oops. Yeah, Noops. I don't know. I personally feel that she should have come off earlier than that. Her knee just didn't look right. She was hobbling a bit there for a bit and everything else.
Yeah.
Very gingerly on it and shit like that. Personally, I probably would have tried to get her off a bit before it sort of went to shit for us. But anyway, it is what it is. We move on. But yeah, anyway, it was a good hit out. They definitely showed glimpses of what we can possibly see in the coming weeks and the rest of the season. Claire played really well. Couldn't do too much with pretty much with all the goals that she got conceded against her. Just made some magnificent saves. So yeah, she done really well. I'm sure she took a lot out of that, which was really good. And other than that, we move on to next week and hopefully a better result from the girls. I think it's another double header friggin' this week with the girls. I think they play Friday night for the round 2 clash, which is against Wellington.
Yeah, Friday night.
Yep.
5:05 against Wellington.
Yeah, against Wellington. So they'll play before the men again. Hopefully our first win. That's pretty much what we're looking for out of that. You'll be coming round the mountain when you'll come. Oh, when he scores. Oh God. Oh, that'll do me. That's good. Funny. But yeah. It was a good start. Pretty much, there was a few results in there that you expected. City's going to be tough to beat. Melbourne Victory, reigning champions, very tough to beat. They just look like they're getting better and better, week in, week out. So they'll be very hard to beat again this year. And hopefully at the end of the day, we just want to be playing finals football. That's the biggest one for us. Surely that's our goal, to be playing some football into the semi-finals. So anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on to the men. The Isuzu Ute A-Leagues
The Isuzu Ute A-Leagues men's.
That's it. A-Leagues men's. They're not men, they're real men's.
They're men's.
They're men's.
They're men's in tights.
Men's in tights. Classic. What do we got there? So pretty much started off with Wellington, Western Sydney. 2-0 to Western Sydney. I was quite pissed with that one. One, because I got the result wrong. I thought Wellington would have got over the top.
At the draw, I think.
To be perfectly honest, I don't think Wellington got into the game at all, which was quite disappointing, because I friggin' watched the whole match, which sort of shit me even more, because I sat through it.
I only got 2 this week.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I'm still sitting about second last, so all good. As long as I don't
I was in like 5th.
Hey, look at you go.
And I didn't tip the first week, so I got nothing.
I'm sitting second last, but I think I'm still only about 3 points off first place.
Yeah.
So it's pretty, not too bad.
A lot of red cards this week.
Yeah, there was a fair few red cards this week. So 2 goals obviously to Western Sydney. Johnny Kay, absolute blinder, killed it. Then finished off with the goal in the 90th +3.
Was it blinder? He just was the furthest one up the pitch and did all the running with 90 minutes.
No. He had a blinder. He played.
He played well.
Played really well. Had a blinder and then scored in the 90th +3. Which again was fantastic. He friggin' done everything right. It wasn't without. It definitely wasn't an easy goal. The tap-in was easy. He did run.
You had to run a long way for it.
I was going to say, the fact that no one chased him down, that was more impressive than anything else, because he's not overly quick. So the fact that he sort of got there at the very end and then sort of just tapped in.
I don't think the second Wanderers goal was bizarre. That was Ufuk Tale going, throw everything in the kitchen sink at them and see what fucking sticks. That's the risk you take when you throw the goalkeeper up.
100%.
If the referee still's got time on the watch and he's still willing to play it, then and it falls unfavourably to you, you're going to concede.
Yeah.
That's the gamble you take.
Exactly right. Totally agree. Hamed scored the first one, obviously, to open the account. But yeah, they look tidy. They look decent. And the result definitely favoured the.
It's only prolonged his sacking for another 2 weeks.
Very true. Very true. We'll move on. Brisbane, Adelaide, 0-0 draw. It was pretty. This was a boring game. It really was. I
watched that game.
It was like plenty of fouls, including the red card, but it was just boring.
The red card was dumb.
Yeah.
The red card was dumb. And you know why I say that? Guess who the ref was for that game?
No idea.
Old mate Beathy.
Oh, Beathy, was it?
So, to be fair, Javi Lopez's challenge,
Yep.
he slid right through the fucking back of the bloke.
Correct.
Definite yellow.
Yep.
Definite yellow every day of the week. His biggest problem is that it was against Chris Beath, and he didn't shut his fucking mouth. So we got a second yellow card after Beath warned him, shut up, go away. He kept going, and Beath said, right, fuck off.
No, fair enough.
Second for dissent. Off you go, mate.
All applauds to him then.
He got 2 yellow cards within the space of about 15 seconds.
All applauds. You got a yellow card at half time.
But Beath looked like it. He said Beath looked it during that game as well. He wasn't going to take shit.
Yeah, as I said, it was shit football. It was very fiery, like very, very fiery. But it was just sort of shit football. He got his second. He got his first yellow card at half time, 45th minute, because he friggin' opened his mouth. And then the second one at the end of the game for opening his mouth. Dumb prick. So anyway, it finished all. I can't remember who I tipped there. I think I tipped Brisbane for that one, to be honest.
I think I tipped a draw.
So, yeah. Moving on. Probably for me, the win of the round. Win of the round for me. We'll skip past the Jets, obviously.
Yeah, the upset of the round.
Upset of the round for me.
No.
Western United over Melbourne City. Though, let's just get this out there. Western United were paying only about $9.
Yeah,
to win.
I think that's the only game of the weekend I didn't watch.
So, well, yeah,
because it was on at the same time.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's why it comes down to me, which just shits me. You know what I mean?
There's no reason why I couldn't have. There's no reason why I couldn't have done both. It's just I wanted to. Because we do a podcast based around the Newcastle Jets, I feel that my time is better invested so I know what I'm talking about when we break it down on the Monday night. So I need to have all my attention on it.
The biggest thing for me is just the fact that you can't rewatch it. Now, I'm not one of those players. I can't rewatch shit like that. And especially
I can't rewatch a full game unless I need to analyse it for the podcast.
I can't know the score for me. And the fact that halfway through the Jets game, when Western United scored, they said, oh, here's the goal. I'm like, well, that ruined it. Now I know what the score is. And then the fact that they didn't come up with anything else. And then it...
No, I just go and watch the highlights package. Right. I watch an extended highlights package.
Yeah, I know. But, meh. You know what I mean? I just like the fact that I can watch every game. EPL, it's too many games. You can't. But the A-League, they've got enough games and enough time where you can play the one on the Friday night, the three on the Saturday, or the 2 on the Saturday and 2 on the Sunday, or whatever.
To be fair, for me, it all depends when Perth are playing at home.
Yeah, well, Perth's fantastic when they play at home because you can always play.
Because you'll get 3 in a row.
Yeah, correct. So Western United anyway come away with the chocolates with that one. Daniel Wenzel-Halls scored. Dylan, sorry, Daniel, fucking hell. Dylan.
You got Painter on the brain.
Good old Painter. Friggin' Wenzel-Halls friggin' scored the goal. He's on fire. He's gone fire. Brisbane would be sitting back there going, probably should have kept hold of him. But he's looking good.
Could have been us.
Yeah, 100%. He should have been us years ago when we were screaming, going, we probably should take him when he's cheap. And
no, when he was offered to us and we said no.
Well, yeah, that as well. Don't worry. We'll get onto a bloke that friggin' we had the opportunity to sign and probably should have. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a sec. Friggin' Naboot, they kept Naboot quiet and they kept
Lecky
quiet, which was fantastic, and that's the key. That's the key. If you can keep their front three quiet, it goes a long way. Goes a long way into
I think you nail it down even further. As long as you keep their wide players quiet, you're fine.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, you may cop the stray ball through the middle, and if they might hit one decent 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
But McLaren's not exactly on fire at the moment either.
No, very true. Very true with that one. We'll continue on, obviously. What have we got? Hey?
MacArthur.
Yeah, MacArthur.
Down in the Jippos one. Oh, no, sorry. It was the Central Coast Mariners defence versus Central Coast Mariners attack.
Yeah.
And the defence lost.
Yeah. Get rid of her.
We heard that.
Anyway, child on the loose. Freaking, what was I going to say? So, yeah, MacArthur got beat 1-0. 1-1-0. Coast's got beat 1-0. Own goal from Bozanic. Plenty of yellow cards from Central Coast.
What can you say, mate? You can take the grubs out of them. You can take the grubs out of Gosford, but you can't take Gosford out of the grubs.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see, you know what I mean? Like, you've got even Simon. Simon hasn't played much football.
Simon's injured.
He's injured.
He's injured.
That's the first I heard about it. Yeah, I mean, I thought he'd...
No, they mentioned it on the coverage first week against us.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, he's injured.
Yeah.
They reckon 4 to 6 weeks for him, I think.
Oh, fair enough. What a shame.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke.
Yeah, absolutely. MacArthur for me looked good. Yeah, I mean, they should have been well and truly up by more than what they were. Central Coast just dug their heels in and defended pretty
But the
good.
Jippos had their chances, though, to be fair.
No, absolutely.
Urena had fucking a heap of chances.
Yep. Yeah, well, even the Coast...
He just got unlucky.
They went down to their third keeper as well. With
The
Birra's
Jippos,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, Birra's out, and then...
Well, Birra's is out suspended. Then they had their the second choice, and he went off after about 22 minutes. Apparently, tore his hamstring. He was on crutches within at the 30th minute mark or something.
Yeah, right. Bloody hell. The youngster went well.
He did good.
Yeah, played good.
He played well.
Played good, smart. Smart goalkeeping. So, no, he done nothing wrong, and at the end of the day, it showed it by the result. Took one.
He kept that game at 1. He kept that game at 1-0.
Yeah, totally agree.
He stopped that game being a blowout.
Yep, 100% agree with that one.
That's right. Sosa was the one that went off.
Yeah. And then the round closed out with Melbourne victory and Perth glory. For me,
you love to see it.
Huh?
You love to see it.
Oh, an absolute cracker. An absolute cracking match.
It was a great game.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was.
There was fucking mongrel in that game everywhere.
The biggest thing for me is just how much Perth dominated that match.
Yeah.
It was pure Perth of old. They hadn't been playing like that the first 2 rounds. That was like, oh my God, here's Perth. They're back.
And they had a lot of their good and better first choice players.
Yep.
Not even there.
No.
Starridge wasn't there. Brandon O'Neill's awaiting the birth of his child, so he didn't travel.
Yep.
Both their goalkeepers are out, injured.
Mm-hmm.
Jonesy and Reddy are both out injured.
Yep.
So they played a third string as well.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking your mate, fucking Berkey,
mate.
Fucking what a goal,
mate.
He can count that one,
mate.
He can sure as shit count that one.
That's up there. That's up there, mate. That's definitely freaking got to be one of the goal of the season contenders so far. That was an absolute screamer. That was just
the fucking whip on it.
Oh mate,
just the whip on it to come back.
Not gonna lie, I did.
To be fair though, before that, Kalava, the goalkeeper for fucking victory.
Yep.
Fuck me, he was on point.
Mm.
He was on point. He did so well to keep Perth out for so long.
Took him a long time. Perth a long time to get to crack.
But once that one went in, fucking the victory just crumbled.
Mm. Yeah, it was definitely one of those. But it definitely felt like one of those games though, where you would, you knew that as soon as one of the goals comes in from someone, whoever it may be, Melbourne or Perth, that was it. It was going to be floodgates for one and game over for the other. So Perth broke him. Obviously, Berkey scored. Again, I've known Berkey since he was a little boy playing at Adamstown and that, and friggin', honestly, I piddled a little in my pants, mate. I got a bit excited. I was fucking. Yeah, the biggest thing for me is he deserves it. He's busted his ass for years. He's taken every obstacle. He's taken every opportunity. Going as far away from Australia as he possibly can before he got his chance. Trialled with Newcastle pretty much all pre-season. And then wasn't given a chance for whatever reason. Bet
you they're ruined that decision now.
And then given the chance at Perth, who Perth wanted him for a while. Perth have been looking at him for a long time. He was meant to go over there for their Asian, literally get picked for their Asian Champions League campaign, which they pulled out of. But that was before this season started, and then obviously now he's been given his chance. He signed a 2-year deal, which is fantastic. It gives him time to relax. 3 rounds.
It's a bit of stability for him.
3 rounds in, he's playing more football than he probably expected to play for the season. Let's be honest.
Scored been given twice as many goals as what he expected to score for this season.
Yeah, 100%. The assist was just as good as the frigging goal. Absolutely great ball. Top ball. You had to finish that shit. It was a ripper. He's looked really good. That's his second man of the match in...
Tell you what, we saw glimpses of fucking old school Fall Rolly too.
Yeah, we did. You see he missed that header point blank. Absolute cracker.
Yeah.
That was him down to a
Didn't, you know what it is? That's typical Fall and Rolly. He doesn't need it. He wants to do things the hard way. He always has. But there was glimpses of him in his first 2 seasons of Melbourne City during that game.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was good to see.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me out of that, he showed that he's still got it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's been lacking. There's no question about that. But he's still got it. It's not like he's done. It just hasn't fallen his way and lined up well and shit like that. So.
You know why? Because unlike when he was at Melbourne City, he's not the focal point at Perth.
Yeah. That's true.
He's not the focal point at Perth.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree with that.
Whereas everything was fucking hanging on his shoulders at City.
Yeah, true. So Perth ended up running away with that one comfortably 3-0 at the end. Fawn Rowley finally got his reward after 89 minutes. To be honest, he was probably on there for about 15 minutes longer than I expected him to be. I thought he probably would have got subbed off a bit. Well, I would have thought he would have got subbed off personally, but anyway. But again, let's be honest, it took the red card at halftime.
Yeah.
To virtually pull him.
Wasn't really expecting the red from it.
Yeah, neither was I, to be honest, especially straight red. I think it was...
Yeah, I thought... I mean, to be fair, VAR did fucking stick their nose in.
They're good at it.
For clear and obvious error. No. Wasn't for clear and obvious error. They came in for dangerous conduct?
Dangerous, yeah.
Or dangerous play?
Yeah. Yes.
6 and 1 half a dozen. It's more an unlucky straight red than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, agree. Matty Taylor, what do we got here? The game should be live on demand from the start, even when...
Baby steps.
Yeah, give him time. Give him time. That's something...
They will eventually. Give them time.
It took Fox Sports nearly 6 years to sort that shit out, so just give him a break.
It won't take Paramount that long.
Well, no, it's already there.
Not live on demand, it's not.
No, but I'm saying, but it's there. The shit to do it is there. Fox Sports, when they sort of...
Yeah, let them get everything else sorted first.
Fox Sports had to virtually nut out every single friggin' bolt to sort that shit out. Paramount don't have to do that.
Paramount have got the platform there.
It's all there and done and everything's there. It's just a matter of working it out and getting it done. So, but anyway, that's pretty much the round. Move on to the Jets and Sydney FC. What an interesting game that was.
Don't expect to fight back like that every week.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, this is the biggest thing, you know what I mean? We cop a lot of crap, friggin' give or take, because at the end of the day, we're realists, you know what I mean? We take it as we see it and everything else. We're not sitting there friggin' thinking 3 or 4 games ahead. we're not expecting because they played like that this week, we expect it next week. It's just not like that. It's not like that. Again, friggin' you put something, again, at the end of the day, my thoughts and Ben's thoughts and everyone else's thoughts may be completely different. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, there was a bit of heat there friggin' on Facebook with a few of the fans and shit like that over a fucking a player from the Jets who, I gave him a little bit of stick. Didn't say he was a shit player, didn't say he was friggin' a terrible player by all means. I just think that every season we have a flop. And that's not to say that it's purely because he played shit. It could be purely that the fucking rest of the team played outstandingly and he just wasn't there.
Yeah, but at the same point as well, you make that statement while also thinking in your back of your head as well, I hope he proves me wrong.
Absolutely I do. Shit, I'm not going to sit here and say that friggin' I'm going to, he's a dead set dud and friggin' he's just guaranteed to play shit every week. Christ, he made team of the week. I'm gobsmacked that he did, like, to be honest, just from looking at his stats personally, how he made it. But hey, at the end of the day, he made it and we go from there. But as Ben said, the fight back was good. The fight back was really good. The game was dead and buried. At 2-0, done and dusted. Game over. And that's the thing it comes down to. There's two types of people, and there's ones that friggin' want to give it a go and friggin', will play until the full-time whistle, and the other ones that just sort of shut up shop and go, oh, well, it's done and dusted. Let's just try not to concede anymore. The boys friggin' went for it. They were definitely not the side that played last week. They weren't that side that wanted every ball and went to win every ball. The first half was nowhere near the standards of last week's game.
First half is what they've had in the second half the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. But, the starting lineup, Duncan, Ingham, Elsey, German, Hoffman, Thurgate, O'Doherty got his chance and came in. Yule, Penner, Bamal, and Mikatadze. And then what do we got? Babaj, Grozos, Silvera, Altay, Manane, Weir, Warland on the bench. So,
which means Citravanis must be injured.
Yeah. Pretty well. So,
because he rode the pine last week, and I don't think he got on till the last 10 minutes. Congratulations, by the way, to Mohamed Altay for debuting for the Jets.
Yeah, got his chance
as well, and A-League debut.
Yeah, that was in the 3 sub change at the 77th minute. Silvera, Altay, and Mamane all jumping on for Hoffman, O'Doherty, and the double goal scorer at Yule. Look, at the end of the day, it was struggle streak from the start. 9 minutes in, your goalkeeper makes a big error like that, and for me, it was a big error. He'd done everything right.
It looked worse than what it was. Lafond knew how that was going to play.
It wasn't the fact that it looked worse. It was just a clear penalty. There was just no way around it. Like, at the end of the day, he got all play and no ball.
The other side of the coin is that Lafond made sure that he got no ball and all player.
Yeah, but again, that's a striker's job. You know what I mean? That's like old mate friggin' who went down again, for Italy against Australia. You tell me a striker that's not going to go down like that. It's part of your job. It's what you do.
Yeah, Lafond knew what he was doing. He was looking for it. He knew what he was doing.
But at the end of the day, and that's where I sort of go with it, that Duncan, I don't think he needed to. You know what I mean? I think he'd done a really good job in pushing him wide.
Yeah, he should have just stayed his line.
Yeah, to the point where if he got beat there, upright, good on Lafond. I don't think it was Lafondra who friggin' went down.
Yeah, it was.
It was him, yeah. Good on Lafondra for friggin' getting around it and friggin' putting it under him or whatever for a goal. You take it. That's just, you've done everything you possibly can. The defenders have let him go and you've taken him.
You make his life hard. You don't give him the out-and-out chance.
Yeah, exactly right. But again, whatever, it is what it is. He went down. He made the mistake. Copped the yellow card for it. Conceded the goal. It is what it is. We move on. The biggest problem from that, I found that after 9 minutes and the goal going in, nothing changed for the Jets. It was still the same. There was nothing that changed too much. There was still the same mistakes. For me, just losing ball in transition, it's just happening constantly every week. For me, you know what I mean? And I think that's probably the one thing that we need to look at changing.
See, you say that, and yes, we all notice that it is a common problem, but our passing accuracy has not been below 80%.
As a group? Yep.
It has not been below 80% yet this season. Tell me the last time that happened.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, 100%.
It's obvious that he wants to play, that Arthur, yes, I was correct, Arthur wants to play possession football. You look at the possession stats in all 3 games, we're over 60%.
Yep.
And 66% possession against the Sydney FC. You fucking take that every day of the week.
Yeah.
Passes, fucking double. 662 passes in that match. Let that sink in. When have you known the Jets to make any more than fucking 400 passes a game?
True. No, fair call. True.
We're not used to this type and style of football.
Yeah.
The Jets have never generally been a possession-based side or a heavy passing side.
Yeah.
Never. They've all been Jets of the past have all been built on a very counter-attack mentality.
Yep.
To the point where in previous seasons, when we did have a game where we had the bulk of the possession, they get caught with their tails between their legs because they get possession and they'd stand there and they go, well, what the fuck do I do with it now?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's a complete contrast.
Even just the lack of cards as well. It's been really good. Like, you know, we are very much one of those sort of teams that just, you know, always get pinged for shit. No, I'm not saying not saying that we get targeted. Like a lot of the cards we get are probably well deserved.
Mandy, I believe the Jets men's side will make semi-finals. I think you, my friend, have had one too many glasses of wine already.
Look, at the end of the day, this is the thing, right? You know,
I think we'll make the 6.
I think we'll make the semis. Like, well, no, sorry.
I don't think we'll make the semis. I think we'll make 6.
Mate, that gets you.
And that's optimistic.
That gets you to the semis. 6.
Yeah, the quarters 6.
The cut-off 6.
Yeah, which gives you the quarters because we'll be in the bottom half of the 6.
Yeah. It gets us to finals football, right? And that's where we need to be. We need to be getting to the next, you know, it's the finals. We need to get to the finals, right? Finals football. Not the grand final, just need to make...
Once things start to click properly, solid mid-table.
Yeah.
Solid mid-table.
The biggest thing for us is, you know, right, and this is where friggin' fans be like, oh my God, you're friggin' not talking, you know, you don't think they're going to make the 6 and shit like that, or, you know, you don't think they're going to make finals football and shit like that. I'm like, at the end of the day, we want them to make it. Don't get us wrong. We want the Jets to make it. We are Jets fans, right? This is the biggest thing. But we expect, and nothing happens. You know? As we said from day one, Pappas is going to need time. Right? The people who sit there and say, we're going to make finals football, and they don't, are going to lose their shit and crack the shits and go freaking, oh my God, we didn't make finals football.
8 of the starting 11 are brand new fucking players.
Right?
Let that sink in.
The ones that friggin' sit there and go, if we make finals football, that's fantastic. But at the end of the day, Pappas is going to need time. And for me, that's my biggest concern. Is we want Pappas to get through this season and then next season. That's the biggest one. Because if he doesn't get results, it's going to hit him hard, right? So he needs to not only get results, but he needs to prove that the team's moving forward. And as long as the team's moving forward, the friggin' board are going to back him.
Yeah.
The results aren't, you know, we get beat by friggin' Melbourne City. we get beat by Melbourne Victory and all the bigger name teams or whatever it is, or we get beat to the Central Coast. But then we come out and grind out a draw against Sydney FC, which is a much harder opposition than Central Coast.
Grind out a draw against Western Sydney.
Yeah, 100%. They're fighting for it. So those things there are more important than making finals football for me. The fact that we are competing.
This season is all about building the core, the culture, the philosophy, and the style of play. It's not about the result.
Yeah.
The results are nice.
Yeah.
But it's all about setting up for the future now. And getting those core values down. Then at the halfway point, Arthur may be able to look at the transfer market to possibly bring in maybe one, maybe two. To that fit that core value. And play in the style and shape and have the drive that the play style that we are creating is suitable for them or geared towards them. They will be not your average sort of traditional signings. They will be very left of field because they need to fit the system. Pappas is... And that's the only problem, and that's why people are a bit, with a bit of Pappas' signings. He's not signing the players because of their names. He's signing the players because he knows that they have the ability to fit his system.
And they'll listen. They're not big-headed.
And they've got an axe to grind somewhere else. Which gives them the motivation and the drive.
Correct. So
that's all it is. You look at every player that we've signed.
It's been a great start. Every Jets fan should be happy with where we are and what we've done
100%.
In the first 3 rounds, right? We got beat by the Coast. And look, at the end of the day, friggin' that could have been anybody. I think we probably would have got beat. It wouldn't matter who it was. I think
we weren't ready.
Hey?
It didn't matter who it was. We weren't ready.
Yeah, no. By Valentino Yule a right foot for Christmas, as much as he has worked hard in the off-season and he's getting rewards for effort, a good defender will soon work out his shortfalls. Go to the Newcastle Jets no matter what. Yeah, Noobs, but at the end of the day, friggin' he hasn't really had to worry about using his right foot so far.
Doesn't have to when he's fucking 3 feet ahead.
100%. He made Australia's freaking one of the Socceroos fullbacks second guess himself last night and sort of just take a step back and just go, holy shit, I'm getting skinned here. Not once, not twice, not 3 times.
Constantly,
constantly getting shredded down that left. It was friggin' crazy. So
you'll let Ryan Grant in his pocket all fucking night.
Yeah, he doesn't have a right foot. You're scoring 2 goals and you haven't had to use your right foot, and don't worry about it.
And if you're 3 feet ahead of the man that you're meant to be marking, who needs a fucking right foot?
Yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? We haven't really had to worry about his right foot at this point. It might come into effect.
Let's not heap too much on the lad right now. He's played well in all 3 games.
Yeah.
Do not expect it every week. Because when he does have a lull in his performance, and he will, everyone's going to jump on his back.
Yeah.
They are humans.
How many people probably cracked the shits at him and had a sook at him last year? Shitloads. Put money on it.
What do we call him? What's his nickname? Fumbles.
Fumbles they used to call
Fumbles.
Him. Yeah. Fumbles. Yeah, let that sink in. Who remembers that? But yeah, look, at the end of the day, friggin', we're playing good football. It's good to see the boys moving forward. They're just on the attack.
Good that Pappas is giving Newell the license to take players on.
Yes. Yeah, I'd agree.
That's something that we've never... That's something that we very, 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 very rarely see in a Jets player.
Yep.
The player's been given license to fucking run at your man. The Jets have always been too scared to do it.
Yeah.
And there is one thing that happens every fucking season with the Jets, and unfortunately it is still happening this season.
Mm.
As you know, I watch a lot of A-League games.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of teams. I've watched a lot of different teams.
Why
is it that when a ball is cleared from the Jets' opposition box, why is it that the Jets are the only team ever in the league to not have somebody sitting at the edge of the box to fucking hit it? Every other team does. The Jets never have anybody fucking remotely close.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I go, right, here it comes, the up and over. I'm like, right, who's at the edge of the box? And it's always an opposition player. It never falls to an empty Jets player. There is never a jet there, or even remotely fucking close.
Yeah.
Every other team, someone's there. Someone's there to pick up the scrap. Either to redistribute or fucking have a ping.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Lukey. Brommel's friggin' touch off the chest, friggin' top draw. Great.
You got unlucky there. If that was more centered in his chest when he brought it down and not closer to his shoulder, he'd have fucking pinged that top bin.
Mate, it was a great finish, great hit, great ball from Mule. What was that on his? Was that on Mule's right? Did Mule cut back on his right for that?
I think he did.
Don't quote me on that one, but I'm just saying, just talking about right foot. Just check if that was off his right. I can't remember now.
The only issue for Bumal there is that he hit him more in the side of his shoulder than what he did square in the chest.
Yeah, he had to go.
Which threw him off balance because he had to lean back for it.
Yeah.
If that had hit him square in the fucking chest, fuck me, to put his head right over that and bang that.
Yeah, well, that's what made me think. Did he put that on? You sure that wasn't on off Mule's right? Because he had to move backwards. And it's in my head, you would think off the left it would have come more central in front of him than backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know. Double check.
I think it hit him more in his right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll double check.
On his right side, which means he had to sort of...
Yeah.
He had to lean back to get the strike off. Which is what made it go too high.
But, top draw. It was a top shot.
Top effort, though.
Top effort, top draw. It's good to see the creative side of things as well, which is fantastic. Can we just friggin' touch on, Melbourne, friggin' Sydney for a second, right? In the 30th minute, I received no shit about 8 messages from Melbourne Victory fans going to me, well, isn't that ironic? He fucks off and finally friggin' does something useful with his shooting boots. Wouldn't do that for us last year. All talking about friggin' Mr.
Cam Sober.
Right? And I was impressed myself. I was like, holy shit, he's actually playing decent football. And then, about 15 minutes later, he fell straight on his fucking face when he ran over his feet were too quick for him. And he friggin' probably should have had another one. Fell flat on his fucking face. And then I got about 8 more messages going, oh no, it's all good. Just found out it was a fluke. She'd be right. Disregard my last message.
And I can tell you right now, if he only fell on his face once in that game, I can tell you right now, 4 years ago when I watched him play at fucking Avondale in the FFA Cup, he was doing it every single time.
Yeah. Yeah, he's getting these.
Because I said to you, this kid's going to end up in the fucking A-League.
Yeah.
But his biggest problem is the same as fucking Valentino Yules. He's thinking too many fucking steps ahead and he trips up on his own feet.
Yep.
And I said to you, if Marco Kurz, because Marco Kurz was the manager of Victory back then, and Muscat, can calm him down, slow his brain down, it will take time. I think I said to you, it'll take 12 months at a minimum before you see him on the pitch for Victory.
Yeah.
I said, if they can get him to slow down his brain, magic. A-League starter, week in, week out.
Yep. Yeah, no, look, at the end of the day, friggin'...
So if he's done it once, and that's the first time I've seen him do it this season, and he started all 3 games for Sydney. If he's done it once in 3 games, far as I'm concerned, fucking job done.
Yeah.
That's Victory's fucking stupidity for not retaining him.
Yeah. Totally agree with that. Catch the end of the show. Class for number 3. Just got home. Catch the end of the show. No, cheers, mate. Cheers, Lucas. So look, at the end of the day, we done well. We fought back from 2-0 down, which at the end of the day is no easy feat against Sydney FC. I don't know. There was a lot in that match that just sort of, we're getting week in, week out. So we're up to round 3, and I find Ninkovic to be moving slower and slower every week.
Yep.
He's just.
I said it from round 1.
Yeah,
he will retire at the end of this season.
100% he will.
He will retire at the end of this season.
The problem is, it's just becoming a downfall.
Go out on a high.
You know what I mean? Like, I was very, very, very surprised that he played 90 minutes. Very surprised.
Haven't seen it, Timmy. And welcome, by the way.
Yeah, Timmy Woods.
Thoughts on the Hummel handball? I'm more interested in apparently Jude Bellingham getting charged by the DFB.
Yes.
The comments he made.
Yes, I did hear about those comments.
He's a blue nose. He doesn't give a fuck what comes out of his mouth. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. Bloody Donachie on the bench.
Yeah, I know. Fight hard to get him off us and then fucking slap him on the bench.
yeah, I was quite impressed with that. But yeah,
made me laugh.
At the end of the day, friggin', they looked all right. Burgess was pretty friggin' horrendous. He's struggling. He's spending a lot of time out, so he's going to take a while to sort of.
He hasn't played for 12 months.
Yeah, exactly right. So he's going to take a bit, but a very good front line when you're looking at Burgess, Ninkovic, Cam Saber, and Lafondra. Very tidy. Retro in the middle there. It's not bad either.
Retro was fucking missing all game.
Good result. We'll definitely take it. It's better than a loss. It's probably what we deserved, especially for the last half an hour. We were on top of them for the last half an hour. It was all. So, definitely needed that one. Next week's fixtures, round 4, we move into Melbourne City versus Perth Glory, which is on Wednesday. I was actually speaking to the wife. Actually, might go down and have a look at that one. To be fair, mainly friggin' just to have a chat to friggin' Berkey. Berkey. So we might look at going down to that one. What's that? 6:45 kickoff. That's not too bad actually.
That'll be Amy Park, wouldn't
it? Yeah. Then obviously McDonald Jones Stadium back home on Friday night. Jets versus Wellington. As we mentioned before, the girls will be playing at 5:00 before that one. So be sure, guys, get down there. Yes, you're probably finishing work at 5:00. Let's be honest, pretty silly, but it is what it is. But if you're heading straight to the game from work and so forth, get down there early. Support the girls as much as you support the boys. It's important.
So you should.
At the end of the day, it's what you should be doing. You know what I mean? Especially for the girls. They don't play as many games as the boys, so not as many chances to get down and see the girls play in a season. And I'm pretty sure if you've got a full membership, you get into their games for free anyway. So,
pretty sure.
Whatever. Be sure to head down there and get that one. What's that one say? 6:45 p.m. It won't be that early. It's got to be later than that. It says 6:45 p.m. on my thing, but I'm like, the girls play at 5:00.
7:45 Friday for us against the Knicks.
I was going to say, coverage must be at 6:45. But anyway, then we move down to, December 11th, Western United versus Brisbane. Down there at Geelong. Western
Might
Sydney.
pop into that game. I'll be in Geelong on Saturday.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll be in Warm Ponds, but it's a fucking stone's throw.
Stepstow, 4:00 kickoff, early one as well, so happy with that. Well, it says 4 on mine, double check that.
5:05.
There you go. 4:05 on mine, 5:05.
You know why? Because your internal clock on your PC is an hour behind.
Maybe it is. There you go.
And it takes it based on your local time.
Very good. Western Sydney and MacArthur as well on the Saturday. Yep.
7:45. Yeah. As well as the original rivalry.
Exactly right. Adelaide Melbourne Victory playing there at Coopers. Cracking match that one will be. So get down to that if you're in Adelaide. Robbie and the boys, they'll be down for that one. And then round out a solo match on Sunday is the Central Coast and Sydney at 6
at 6:15.
There you go. So yeah, that's pretty much that one there. What do we got in here? Sorry, Lucas. Thanks for the interview. Access pods. By the way, love the Maria and Eddie ones. Yeah, we're going to touch on them, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Those ones will sort of go out to the media and NBN and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're not done by us. I think they're done by NBN.
We'll touch on that before we finish it, round out the show anyway. But so that's pretty much the week's.
It means I have to change the command now to put all the other audio platforms on it.
Yeah,
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the week in this week. Newcastle Jets, definitely a game that we can win. It's definitely a game that we should be able to dominate. So we'll see what happens with that. Before we finish up with the A-League, we will shoot over to the ladder after 3 rounds. MacArthur sitting on top by 1 point in front to Melbourne Victory. Western United on 6 as well. Western Sydney 5. Perth on 4. City on 4. Wellington on 4 as well. Then you've got Adelaide Central Coast on 3. And then Newcastle Sydney on 2 points each. And then Brisbane down on the bottom on 1 point. So still early days. A win and a couple of losses from the guys in front of us and shoots us right up to the top 4-ish sort of area, which is good. That's what we should be seeing. So that's pretty much it for the A-League. We will move over to the EPL quickly, run through that sort of stuff. We're going to try and bust it out. Benny and I got to be up early in the morning, and I know it's a little bit late. I had a bit of training to do tonight. Just trying to get everything done and dusted before the big move. And we'll talk about that at the end of the show anyway. So, EPL. Had a good one this week. Had a good one. I think I'm about 8 from 10 at the moment. With a game.
I don't know.
I've tipped pretty well. So West Ham over Chelsea, big upset.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, I wouldn't have gotten that.
I don't think anybody probably would have got that one. I think that was definitely one where nearly
everybody... I got 7 from 9 so far.
There you go. It's not bad. So you're only missing 1 left. So could be 8.
I'm in 6th now.
Oh, hey, look at you go. I think I'm up to about 3rd. I think currently.
The only one I haven't gotten is Chelsea.
Yep.
And Brentford.
Very good. So yeah, West Ham got the chocolates there late in the game for that one to beat Chelsea 3-2. It took, what do we got? Newcastle. Newcastle finally got their victory. Finally. Eddie Howe would be jumping for joy for that one, beating Burnley and saying that Burnley were no real. Yeah, they're a team that are definitely struggling.
They're very meh at the moment.
Yeah. Liverpool. Origi comes on and saves their ass in the 90th minute. Friggin', you bring him on for these special moments. That's why we don't get rid of him. When you've tried absolutely everything after 90 minutes, you bring Origi on and he just comes in, does what he needs to in 2 minutes and said, could have done that at the start of the game if you know Gaff. But we take him. I'll be very upset when we let him go. Because at the end of the day, we're only starving the poor kid of first team football every week in, week out. But anyway, we'll take it while we've still got him. Southampton, Brighton, 1-1. Watford getting smacked by Man City 3-1. Pretty much seen that one coming. Leeds had a draw with Brentford, which is a good result for Leeds. I thought Brentford should have got over the top there.
Still a good result for Brentford too.
Yeah. I think that was one of the ones I got wrong. I think I tipped Brentford for that one.
Yeah, I got Brentford.
United sloppy over Crystal Palace. Yeah. Tottenham finally scoring goals. Look at them go. Only took them to play Norwich to friggin' finally score some goals. Villa over Leicester was a big one. That's a big one. That was a big upset, I think. I think Leicester probably 6 weeks
Writings
ago.
on the wall for Rodgers.
6 weeks ago, before Gerrard came in, and Leicester would have smacked Villa. No question.
You know what it's been?
What?
Since Leicester played United,
Yep.
that game,
Yep.
Leicester had dropped off a fucking cliff.
Yeah, totally agree.
And I watched that. That was the last game that I watched in the EPL as well.
Oh, wow.
They've dropped off a cliff and they haven't been able to claw their way back since. Go Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
They should be belting League One.
Exactly right. What do we got? And then obviously tomorrow rounds out the round, obviously, with Everton versus Arsenal.
And I'm assuming you've got the same team pick that I do. Because you're not going to tip the fucking blue side of Mersey.
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest. I tipped exactly...
You'll tip a fucking draw, I know it.
I'll tell you in about 5 seconds. Here it comes. It's coming up. No, I tipped Arsenal.
Yeah. I did as well.
No, you had me.
So if I get that, that'll be 8 from 10.
You had me guessing. You had me scratching my head for a minute there. I was like, oh shit.
Go Wimbledon FC. Which Wimbledon?
Go Wimbledon. Far out.
Which Wimbledon?
Yeah. So that's
AFC or MK Dons?
That's the round done and dusted for that. So that'll be on tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Watch that one while I'm at work. Matchday 16 sees Brentford, Watford, Man City versus Wolves, Chelsea Leeds, Liverpool Villa, which is going to be an absolute cracker. Stevie G comes home. Stevie G is coming home to friggin' Anfield, and he's going to friggin' cop his first loss, which he'll just gradually take on the chin and just go, you know what?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be upset.
We're doing it for the Premier League title.
Something tells me he's going to be...
No, he'll be upset.
Tells me he's going to be one of the only opposing managers that can walk into Anfield and not get booed.
He'll be upset. He'll be upset. Don't worry. He'll put on the friggin' waterworks and the best tears and the friggin' mascara you can leave.
And I can tell you one chant that is going to get shouted from the rafters at Anfield that night. And it will be, oh, Steven Gerrard. I can tell you right now, he's going to get that one.
He scores them from 40 yards.
He slipped on his fucking ass.
You won't be getting that one at Anfield, let me tell you that much. I tell you what did happen though. He did receive that on his freaking I think it was his 39th birthday from freaking Demba Ba.
Oh bullshit!
Demba Ba sent him a video clip, that he got made up with that chant and him in the background or something like that, fucking doing these like I think what was it, the floss or some shit.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, oh, that's so good. That's so good. And Stevie G put it in the bin. He like looked at it and went, yeah, that's not cool. Delete. And what do we got after that? Arsenal, Southampton, Norwich, Manchester United, Burnley, and West Ham, Leicester, Newcastle, Brighton, Tottenham, and closing it out is Crystal Palace, Everton. Couple of good games.
And I'll say it now. If Everton lose that game against Crystal Palace, Rafa's fucking gone.
I would say so.
He's gone.
I would say so.
If they don't pull the trigger on the Arsenal game.
Yeah, he needs to smack Arsenal.
If he grinds out a draw or gets a respectable result this week and loses to Vieira at Palace, he's fucking out on his ass.
Yeah. I'll be quite upset.
The Wombles.
I'll be quite
The Wombles.
He's doing a great job at Everton. He's doing everything that we signed him on for. We'll have to find another gig for him otherwise. Anyway, so Man City sitting on top after 15 games, 1 point in front of Liverpool, who is 1 point in front of Chelsea, and then the big gap down from Chelsea to West Ham, 33 to 27 points. Tottenham, Manchester United crawling up to 6th. Look at Manchester United go on the ladder. Arsenal in 7th, Wolves in 8th, Brighton, Villa have jumped up to 10. Leicester City, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Southampton, Everton, Watford, and then all three down the bottom. That can't be right. 10 points. Newcastle's on 10 points. They've only won one game, mate. It's impressive. Look at the draws, guys. 7.
Yeah, look at the draws, mate.
The bottom three that are fighting it out to friggin' bloody stay alive are all on 10 points. Burnley, Newcastle, and Norwich. Now that's...
You just imagine Everton slipping into the championship.
Well, that's the other thing as well. You look at it as well. Like Watford only a game in front, and they could drop down, and then Everton...
It's all the way up to fucking, to be fair, 13th. 13th through 20 is anyone's game.
100%. Definitely. Even some of the sides that are sitting high.
It only takes something like a Burnley or if anything, probably a Newcastle under fucking Howe.
Yeah. I'd probably even
to fucking get a decent run of form with a new manager, and they can fucking shoot right up.
Yeah, mate, I'd probably even go as far as 9th, where Brighton are. You know, freaking one of those sides just freaking take
Oh, I think I might be pushing it.
No, I reckon one of those sides, they're sides that could take a spill and take a tumble.
Piss off, Matty. Vinnie Jones.
Anyway.
Fucking crazy game.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, bloody oath.
Fucking
anyway,
bring them back in their fucking claret and gold.
Anyway, we're going to wrap it up there. We do thank everyone for jumping on the podcast tonight. There are a few things we will quickly get through before we finish up. First one and the most obvious, next week will be our final show of the year.
Is it?
It will be. It will be because the 20th...
Okay. All right.
The 20th, so not next week, not next Monday, but the following Monday, I'll be travelling up to Newcastle with a truckload full of shit. And then obviously...
And hopefully, cross fingers, by that stage, I'll have a new job.
Hey, look at that. Maybe. So I'm doing the trip up friggin' before Christmas just to get the shit all the way up there and everything else and then coming back. So we'll finish up
Don't
next
do that
week.
one, Luke. I've got to fix that one.
We'll finish up next week after the game and that. We'll be around. We'll still post some stuff on the page and everything else. With stuff like that. We've got plenty of stuff that we're going to look into for next season. We'll call it our next season. Next year, obviously, once I've get myself sorted and everything else up in Newcastle, Ben will probably take the reins for a bit, purely because I won't have a setup. Because apparently the rental market is ridiculous. So
Thanks, Matty.
Yeah, we'll sort that
I've
out.
been wearing my glasses the entire stream.
Yeah.
To be fair, they're dirty. That I need to clean them.
Very good. So next week, as we said, will be the final show. Happy days. Be sure to go and subscribe, like, and share all the content that is on the YouTube side of things, Twitch, Spotify, Google, Apple. We can say them all now. We've got accepted.
Yes, it's only taken fucking 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, but fucking Google finally said yes. Google finally fucking said yes.
Let's just give it a bit of a clap. Happy days. And that's the other thing. Obviously, we've been lucky enough to speak to the media department at the Jets, who are going to give us a bit of footage, a bit of audio footage of some of the interviews and that they'll do through the week. These aren't interviews that we've done ourselves. These aren't private interviews that they've done physically.
It's the Jets media team organising them.
Exactly right. This is stuff that they will do and they will distribute to NBN, etc. like that. It's just another way if he's missed it and everything else. And you guys know that they're there. You can go and listen to them and so forth. Lucas jumped on and said that it's working and he was able to get onto them pretty straightforward and so forth.
Okay, so these are now the platforms. We have Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, and Google.
There it is. Stitcher have jumped on board.
And this goes for all podcasts.
Yep. Everything. So everything you see, plus the audio and everything else.
Plus these ones on a Monday night will all now be pushed out to those platforms as well.
Yep. So plenty of places you can watch and get your content, get your Crossbar Capers content from. We thank everyone, all those platforms that have jumped on board for us to make it happen. So sweet as. So that's all happening. Next week's the final show. The other thing that I want to say, and I forgot to friggin' put the bloody thing up for it. But anyway, that's silly me. I didn't get onto that. The Big Three. The Big Three, if you guys haven't heard of the Big Three, it's a 150 kilometre trek.
Oh, yeah.
From from what do we call it now? Fuck me, McDonald Jones
Stadium to
the SCG for the cricket. I certainly won't be trekking that far.
Not for cricket.
Not for cricket, but no, I would have good cause. But I still won't be trekking 150 kilometres. That's a big walk. But I will be down there at, I think it's 6 a.m. We leave. I'll just confirm that. What do we got? Sunday the 2nd of January, 5:45. They're going to take a massive photo. 6 a.m. the walk starts. So I think I'm going to do it's 10Ks down towards the down towards friggin' Belmont, Swansea Way and stuff like that. Feel free, jump on it. It's a good cause for breast cancer and stuff like that. There are so many people getting behind it. Like, I'm talking massive names from, the king himself, Laurie McKenna. He's doing massive stuff down there from the coast leg. As well as a lot of players, ex-players. Roy O'Donovan will be down there. A few of the girls are going to be there.
Riley was there, wasn't she?
From the Jets. Riley's doing the full 150 kilometres on the back of the big trek that she did not too long ago. So she's going to be down there. She's doing the full 150 Ks. There's massive from all sporting sort of fields to actors to presenters. I think Ben Homer's jumping on it. I think Speedy's there as well. There's a few that are getting behind it and everything else. So yeah, if yous are up and yous are around, even the kilometre, they're doing like a set kilometre one where everyone can walk a kilometre. Feel free to jump on that. It's a good cause. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to donate if you can. It's muchly appreciated. As I said, so many people have been affected in some way with breast cancer. My family has been affected by it. And so many other friends and family members that I know have been affected by it. And to do something as little as that, it's important. No different to Ben and obviously the boys that were doing a fair bit for the Movember campaign. Every sort of campaign regarding cancer and stuff like that is important. So it's a big thing to get behind it in any way, shape, or form. So,
in saying that, I will cut flat off by saying, for those that were interested in, because it was getting promoted here as well, the Global Players United campaign for Movember, we raised $2,300 for that campaign. So we smashed it from last year.
Yep.
Also, as well, my other personal goal, because I can't grow a beard, as we are all well aware, I'm completely clean-shaven now, apart from the bit of stubble.
Yeah, I need to have
aside from that as well, I was also coinciding that with the Move for Movember campaign as well, and I personally, over the course of the month of November, had walked / jogged / run / exercised for a complete total. My goal was 1 kilometre a day for the month. I managed to smash that and get 41 kilometres done in the month.
Very good.
And that's not including walking around at work.
Very good. Just to think, guys, friggin' Hoffy does that in a day at the track when he mows out his grass at friggin' McDonald Jones.
And we're the same age too. Yeah, but his calves still work. Mine don't.
Hey, they're all painted on. They're painted on his calves.
Mine sure as shit are. You know that. You saw it firsthand.
But yeah, so as I said, a couple of good causes there. Jump into it wherever you can and stuff like that. But there'll be plenty of stuff happening next year in regards to Crossbar Capers. We are going to do... I'm in talks with a few guys about getting some merch done. So there's a few coasters still floating around down at Gabriel Mar Optometrist. As we said, be sure to go down and see those guys. Great sponsors of the show. But there's some coasters down there, but we are going to do some merch sort of stuff as well. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to get out at this point. But yeah, that'll be nice and easy. We'll have a
and we're reformatting and restructuring the podcast.
Yeah, massive restructure. At this point, there is no set return date. It's not going to be ridiculously long, you know what I mean? But it may not be 3 days after the first Monday after friggin' New Year's. But yeah, but you guys, as I said, you guys will be first to know what's going on.
Keep an eye on the Facebook page. We'll be continuously updating that and talking on that as well 100%. during our off season.
Teal jersey for you. Good on you, Lucas. What up, mate? I was going to say, yeah, so my first game back at McDonald Jones is going to be the Melbourne City game on New Year's Day. So we'll talk more about that at a later date. So be sure to get down there if you want to chat, come have a beer, catch up, and so forth. I'm sure myself and the family will be down there watching the boys go around. And yeah, as I said, plenty of stuff we're going to look at trying to do, especially now that I'm back. I will be back in Newcastle. So we'll be able to do a lot more away day stuff from Sydney down the coast and stuff like that, which has been great, honestly, guys, to see the away support get back to where it should be. You know what I mean? Hopefully, again, even though the results may drop, hopefully the support still stays the way it is, because that's the biggest thing. You know, we don't want it to drop off. The boys are obviously thriving off it. You know, you can definitely tell that from 2-0 down. Yul scored that first goal, and he knew exactly where you were and stuff like that. So,
The test won't be the away games in New South Wales. It'll be the away games everywhere else.
Yeah.
That's when your away support is tested.
Yep. Yeah, very good. Lucas, I might come down and see you on the 27th one. Boxing Day, I'll be travelling up. The 27th, we'll see how we go. Might be a little bit friggin' stiff and sore after nearly my third trip back and forth from Newcastle in nearly a week. But yeah, but definitely friggin' New Year's Day I'll be definitely there, and the coast is away 100%. That's my birthday weekend, so I'll be making a big one of it and getting down there and so forth. So, but yeah, other than that, we'll stop rambling on. Plenty to talk about next week. Next week will be a big one to round out the year, and yeah, we'll go from there. Big shout out to Benny. Thanks for jumping on again, mate. As always.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Big shout out to everyone who's jumped on the show tonight. Do apologise again for the late one. As I said, a bit of crap going on and shit like that for train and everything else, trying to get everything sorted before the move. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Come 27th, yeah, I'll buy you a drink. I'll need it by then. We'll talk off. I don't even know where that game is or what you're talking about there, but we'll sort it out anyway, mate. I'll definitely be around more at the games to have a beer and catch up with everybody who's been part of the show. And
I'll hold the fort down south.
Thanks, mate. Until he can somehow convince the missus to friggin' move up there.
Yeah, not a chance.
Good luck.
Yeah, not a chance.
Punch a coastie.
Punch a coastie to cook a toastie.
Absolutely.
Punching a coastie, you've already done half the job. They're already half cooked.
Yeah, exactly right. But yeah, other than that, guys, thanks very much. As we sign out to the friggin' twat from fucking Sydney FC, one of the fans who decided to fucking flog off with the friggin' banner, hand it back, you twat. And that's dead set dog shit. Friggin' you don't see any of us.
You're a disgrace to your own fucking support
absolutely,
base.
Absolutely. You don't see friggin' us or friggin', majority of any other friggin' fan base going around stealing supporters' banners and shit like that. It's just a dog act.
You're a flog. Just
return it. Return it, honestly. There's no need for it. He literally took it and then fucking legged it out of the stadium. It's too much of a twat.
Return it to us, he may get away unscathed. Or any other club, they'd probably fucking wring his neck.
Yeah, exactly. So,
or alternatively, if you don't return it, try that shit with the RBB the next time they're there.
Yeah.
Mate, you won't get 3 steps out before you're fucking taken down.
Yeah, it's just not on. And at the end of the day, the fans and stuff like that friggin' work their ass off sorting out those banners and, constructing them, etc. So it's just bullshit. There's no need to do that. But yeah. If the Coasties want their friggin' snake one back with friggin' O'Donovan or Laurie on it, I'm sure we can arrange that, but we don't need them anymore.
But they know we were taking that.
Yeah.
They gave that to us.
Yeah. Fight in the cove as well. Yeah, well, what do you expect with
that's
a bunch of peanuts?
It's what happens when you get a team that's used to success and they start losing.
Yep.
They don't know how to take it.
Yeah, well, apparently they were already friggin' Corica out, apparently. So I heard that was going around.
Fucking 3 games in.
Nah, I've heard they're so used to success.
They're just as bad as the fucking Victory fans.
Yep, exactly right. So, anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. Take it easy. Enjoy your week in football, wherever it may be, whoever you support and stuff like that. At the end of the day, football's the winner, and yeah, I hope you go out and enjoy footy wherever you are and whatever you can get along to and watch.
All right, Bullard.
Hey?
You said football's the winner. All right, Bullard.
I watch.
Fucking hell.
I watch way too much.
I know. I watch it as well.
Way too much.
Soccer Pro AM.
Yeah, I love it.
I watch it as well.
He's a dead set legend, Bullard.
It's good for a laugh.
But yeah, make sure you get down to the footy on Friday night. It's important to get down and support the guys, and let's just start getting the crowd up. There was big crowd watching the Matildas, so no excuse to get down and watch the home team. So anyway, guys, take it easy. We'll see you guys next week. Be sure to get the snaps in from Friday night's game. Thanks to Lucas. I know he put one through to me from where he was sitting on Saturday night. So as I said, if you're at the games, get the footage in to me. It's great to see. Take it easy, guys.
Inbox them to the Crossbar Capers page so I can see them too.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, that's it. Put them on the Facebook page and stuff like that. Absolutely. So, anyway, guys, take it easy. We will catch you guys next week. And till then,
we hate Coast Scum.
We hate Coast Scum with a passion.
We hate Coast Scum.
Even funnier when they freaking concede goals. Good stuff. Righto, guys, take it easy. We'll see you later. Take it easy.
Bye!